What's up, family Lamskis? Another awesome day. Second sober Saturday. Found something better to prop my phone up on, so now you can see my whole head. Hey, Mr. Beast, don't call it a comeback. 10 subs. Thanks for the comments, guys. I did hear from homie who recommended David Goggins. I just got a text from my brother Eric. He collected his 9-month chip today. His 9 months was on the 20th. And I'm pretty comfortable saying that I'm back in the good graces of both of my brothers now. They seem to both be texting me on their own, not just me texting them first, but now I've received texts from both of them, and everything seems to be good. That's crazy how quickly things can heal. This is the 14th day, because tomorrow will be my third sober Sunday, so this must be the 14th day. So a good day. Woke up at like 7:50, so I'm getting close to 7. Every day is progress. I went for an hour walk, and then I went out to eat with my aunt and my 2 cousins. We went to Chili's, and I had a double bacon cheeseburger thing. Good stuff. Beef. I've been broke. I've been balling on a budget, so lots of chicken. So my aunt and my cousin were gracious enough to cover my bill, so I had to get some beef, so I got a burger. It's funny, my other cousin, well, first of all, we had the menu, right? And there's like the slip that has all the drinks you can order, and I was like, wouldn't it be diabolical if I just ordered some drink right now? Like, because I've been bragging to them about how I'm being sober. It's like, oh yeah, can I get like this beer or this margarita? So they had a good giggle with that one. And then my cousin Dara, she did order a margarita. I've never even seen her drink before. I don't really hang out with her that much outside of like family functions and stuff like that. Or if I see her, she comes into my job sometimes when I was working. And she ordered a margarita. And I was just surprised. And so like, there's the margarita. And like, I was more surprised that she was drinking one, because it was like 11 in the morning too. I mean, not that it's a big deal or whatever, because we were just having a time together, so it would be appropriate in my opinion. She's 34 years old, so she can do whatever the hell she wants. But like, it didn't even occur to me that like of whether or not I should feel some type of way about the margarita right there, because first of all, I never drank margaritas. I have my vodka bottle and my soda, and I take a swig, chase it. That's the way I drink liquor. I don't make mixed drinks. I did that for a while at first when I first started drinking liquor, but I noticed that if I drink the liquor straight and then chase it, you get that stomach burn, and that I fell in love with the stomach. I don't like the throat burn. That's why you chase it like a motherfucker, but you still get that stomach burn. And I probably should even mention that, because there might be some people watching this who are struggling to quit, and that's not gonna help if you're thinking about that stomach burn. But fuck that stomach burn too, because that's you dying. Obviously, intuitively, you would know if your stomach is burning, that's probably a bad thing. So, kind of like smoking cigarettes, which again is, as long as my sobriety is lasted, that applies to cigarettes as well. I wasn't like a huge smoker. I could make a pack last 3 or 4 days, but not smoking any cigarettes is much better. So, I had a fun time with my cousins and my aunt. And my aunt's been hanging on to my dad's and my mom's urn. And I told her, she said that her husband was like complaining that there's too many dead people in the house, because I think they have my grandparents' urns. I'm sorry if I mentioned this yesterday. I feel like I did, but I'm not sure. So anyways, she brought the urns with me. And here, let me see if I can show them to you real quick. And meet my mom and dad. I'm sorry if this seems kind of weird to people, but so blue is my mom, the cowboy one, that's my dad, and it's on my fridge. I don't really have a better spot to put them. There's a safe spot in my closet, but there ain't no fucking way I'm putting my parents in the fucking closet. That's just not an option. So that's cool. Came back here and just bullshitted all day. And I went on my second hour-long walk. And so on Christmas Eve, they shut the water off to this building because they had to fix like a whole-ass fucking bathroom in one of the Bacons. And you got to shut the whole building's water off to be able to fix certain things. And so I had called my cousin. I was like, hey, do you have like any extra gallon jugs that I could borrow? Because, you know, I need to be able to flush my toilet. You know, I've been eating a lot of food. I was like, half my day spent in the bathroom, you know what I'm saying? So I have them. And I was like, do you want the jugs back? She was like, no, we recycle them. You can keep them. And then it dawned on me. I was like, I can take these while I go walking because the walks feel too easy. And I don't want to run because I'm old and I don't want to hurt my knees and my ankles and shit because I'm 40 years old. I'm not 20. I'm not David Goggins. I mean, even though his stories are that whole shit's like very inspirational. I don't want to say motivating, and that's another thing I like about David Goggins. He don't believe in motivation because I already have reached that conclusion on my own. Motivation is bullshit. So that made him credible to me. But anyway, so I was like, man, I got these gallon jugs. I can go walking and just carry the motherfuckers. I can just carry 2 of them. So on my second walk, I did it. I was worried I wouldn't be able to do it, and I was like, well, if it's too hard, I can just pour the water out of the fucking jug, right? Problem solved. But I did it, like, no problem. It was crazy, like, so I'm gonna go do it again after I'm done recording this. And I did kind of hurt my hands holding them, but, you know, grip strength too. But back when I've been a nerd about longevity stuff, even if I didn't necessarily live it, you know, drinking liquor every day, not necessarily longevity adjacent behavior. But I know that they say grip strength is like a correlation, or that's not the right word I'm trying to think of. It's like part of what indicates longevity is like having grip strength or something. That's what I've heard. I mean, who knows if it's total bullshit or not, but I like the way it sounds like common sense. You know, if you can grip, I mean, that's good. So, but this time I'm gonna put them in some Walmart bags and just carry the bags because the handles are too small for my big ass ET hands. So that's gonna be exciting. And you know, it's very fun to listen to this David Goggins stuff, man. Some of the stories about his training are a little hard for me to believe. Not that that's relevant or anything. I mean, it doesn't take away from anything in any way, even if it's if he's embellishing or something, or maybe he's not. Maybe I'm so full of self-doubt that I can't believe him because it like interferes with my own perception of myself that I'm like subconsciously trying to protect, or some weird psychobabble bullshit like that. So either way, his message, his advice is, still, take what it's worth and go with it. Like, the meeting I just went to right now, I was like falling asleep almost in the meeting. And so I'm walking back home, kind of tired, and I'm like, well, maybe I should just chill. But then it's like, the very spirit of this David Goggins book is like, I feel tired. That means I have to do it. And I'm not unfamiliar with this mindset. I was in the military. I was in the Army for 4.5 years. I've been to Iraq and Afghanistan. It's been a total of 26 months between both of those countries, between 2006 and 2009. So I'm not unfamiliar. I mean, I definitely wasn't no special forces. I was just a regular garden variety soldier. But, I'm not unfamiliar with, doing stuff while you're uncomfortable. Like, God, like doing PT at freaking 5:30 in the morning, and it's like sleeting and it's cold outside, and you're like doing fucking push-ups and sit-ups like in the fucking mud and the grass. Good times. Sometimes I wish I would have stayed in the military longer, but then like at the time I was just like certain. I was almost killed when I went to Afghanistan. I was almost killed both times. Technically, I was attacked like relatively close to getting hit with, arsenal, artillery or fucking bullets. But when I was in Afghanistan, I was this thick of glass away from getting my brains blown the fuck out. And so when it came time, I decided I'm not going to stay in because it was 2009 and I assumed I would deploy again for a third time, and I just didn't like my odds, man. I just didn't like my odds. I was like, dude, the more times I come out here, the more likely it is I'm going to fucking get killed out here. And it's miserable out there too. Like, first of all, it's extremely boring. Like 99% of the whole deployment is just fucking boring as shit. And then there's the 1% that's too exciting, like when you're almost getting your brains blown out or you're almost getting exploded by an artillery shell. You know, I don't know why those guys were so mad at us. Like, I mean, come on, we're just here hanging out, guys. Why are you trying to kill us all the time? We're nice to y'all. Just because we invaded your country and we're driving around and blowing shit up and fucking your whole life up. Why are you so mad at me, God? I cracked myself up, man. So the walk was really easy though. Like I did the whole walk. I mean, I can feel it right now, right here, and I could feel it in my shoulders while I was walking. But this is like the part that I want to get big, because that's making this part big is like that's when I will become visible to women. Because right now I'm celibate because I'm 40. First of all, I'm perfectly okay with my body count. I'm not like insecure or like thinking I missed out on getting laid or anything like that. I'm happy about that. Even though it's been ages since, I've been in bed with a woman. It's been a lifetime, damn near, it feels like. It has been since the 2020s, though, but it's been a long time, just put it that way. Not that y'all care. This is my journal for me, okay? I didn't make this for y'all. This is for me. Now y'all got me making it for y'all. What's going on here? I'm getting all twisted up. But it's all good, though, because it's still the ritual that keeps me distracted. Something to think of. What am I going to say in my video tonight? Or something happens, like, I definitely got to tell them about this, stuff like that, like getting the urns, and I posted a picture of it on Facebook. Said legends never die. But anyway, tangent. So, I wanted to get this part bigger because I don't want to go asking a girl out because I'm good, but. If a chick wants to, usually I've banked on like hot chick. Every blue moon, a hot chick will think that I'm hot. It's rare, but it does happen. And I can just bank on that. I can just wait. I can sit here and wait. Sooner or later, there's going to be a chick that I think is extremely good looking, and she's going to feel the same way about me. And I don't have to sit there and try to impress her or all this bullshit, all this courting bullshit. It's just straight up like, we're hot for each other, let's go. That's how I like to do things. So, but since it was so easy, I was telling my brother Jeff, who was also in the military, because he joined because I joined. If I hadn't joined, he wouldn't have joined. And that's what I say when I'm drunk on vodka. Even though right now, sober, I don't give a fuck that he joined because I joined. I'm proud of him. He actually ended up doing way more hardcore shit than I did. But I told him, I was like, man, that was too easy. I need a rucksack and some boots. Especially listening to Goggins too, like bringing me back. I mean, I didn't go to Navy SEALs training, but I went to basic training. So that's like, it's the same concept, obviously it's not on the same level, but same difference. As far as a civilian thing, looking from the outside, same difference. You're getting degraded and yelled at and beat down by your drill sergeants. So listening to his stories is kind of like bringing me back. It's been 20 years. I joined the Army in September of 2005, and I got out in March of 2010. And so I was like, you know what? I need a rucksack and some boots. That's what I need. And I'm thinking, I need a bike. I can sell my truck. Fuck Uber. Fuck Lyft. I can work anywhere in town with the bike. This town is not that big. 100,000 people. I mean, obviously, I'm not going to get a job on like the furthest stretch of town possible. I mean, I'm going to try to get somewhere close. But with a bike, I don't need a fucking car. So I don't have to pay for gas. I don't have to pay for insurance. And, help you stay in shape. But anyway, the rucksack. I can put heavy shit in the rucksack. Wearing boots makes it harder. And then I'll still carry the things. And that'll make me stronger. And man, there's a lot of girls, I walk on the university campus, there's girls walking on there too, although a lot of them are like 20, so according to Twitter, if I think a 20-year-old girl is cute, I'm a fucking pedophile. Even though she is well beyond legal age. Since I'm 40 and she's 20, that means when I was 23, she was 3, so therefore I'm a fucking pedophile, according to Twitter. You gotta love Twitter, man. Twitter's great. But, people gonna see me walking around with the rucksack and shit. I don't know, I'm white. They might think I'm dangerous, like I'm planning on doing something dangerous. I don't know, man, but good day, man. I'm fixing to go wear myself out, guys. Thank you so much, everybody who watches, keeping me motivated, keeping me driven, because motivation is temporary. All right, guys, I'll talk to y'all tomorrow.